starts pretty quick. Okay, so welcome back to the Y.E.S Longevity Podcast, where we give you some insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. I am Chris Porter, owner of Y.E.S Fitness, and now the best-selling author of Get Stronger, Live Longer, the Expert's Guide to Strength Training for Longevity. So if you haven't picked up that book, it's a quick little read. I'll give you all kinds of insight on what you need to do and why strength training is so important for longevity, much more important than people actually realize. So I want to appreciate you taking the time to listen to what we have to say. Today I have a special guest with me, Barbara. Barbara has been with us, or been a client, over 15 years. So thanks for coming on board today, Barb.
Sure.
She's going to share her story. It's a very unique story. She has overcome a lot of hurdles in her time here at Y.E.S Fitness, and now the hurdle of exercising at home, which is a big hurdle. So just to set the scene for us here a little bit, Barb was with a client for over 15 years with us, and COVID hit, and we had to close down, and she needed to make a decision on whether she was going to work out at home or how she was going to handle it. So give me an idea what your thoughts were, how you felt when, after exercising for over 15 years with us or so, that feeling of, hey, the place is closed now. What am I going to do?
Okay. So the pandemic came along. Your place was closed. Was it closed in the beginning?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So you closed and okay, I get a rest. That's how I felt. I don't have to exercise. And then the months went on, and we sold our house because the real estate market, it was very, working very fast. And 2 years ago, we tried to sell our house without much luck. And this time we put it for sale and it sold immediately. And so we had to find a house, that we wanted to move to.
You guys were looking to downsize, right? I mean, you're looking to downsize a couple of years ago. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're a husband, and you had a business in the Torrington area. So for a long, long time. So the time has come, kids were grown, and it was time to downsize. So it was a perfect time actually to sell a house. It
was. We were very fortunate that we put it on the market, and within 2 days we had several offers. And so it happened very quickly. And we found a house that we liked, still in the same area, not in New Hartford, but in Torrington. And it was a perfect 2,500 square foot, 3-bedroom ranch. Mm-hmm. And it was, I walked in and I was like, yeah, this is doable. This is, the upkeep. Okay, I'm not doing my own house cleaning right now because of COVID. So now I'm doing all the house cleaning. But this is much more manageable than my other house. So I'm very happy here. But the only thing was a drawback was I'm not really that close to your business any longer. And I'm like, what am I going to do for exercise? Because I do need to go back, because I know how healthy it is and how much it helped me. And I have to do something. It's not my favorite thing to do, but you're thinking ahead, and I need to do it. So I had to decide, well, what am I going to do? So my options were, well, maybe I could do something on YouTube and find some exercise thing that I could, decide to do myself. And I didn't do it in the pandemic, even though I signed up for one. I did it once, and that was it. Mm-hmm. So that wasn't working out so great. And then I looked around my new area for exercise places, mm-hmm. and I thought, well, I just didn't want to go through it. The beginning part again, meeting the instructor, they didn't know what I could do. And so I had, didn't want to do that. And I know you were doing things online, because I saw it, I don't know, I maybe got messages from you. You were doing classes online, I think. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what you were doing. Were you doing privates online as well?
When the pandemic first hit, we were already in the process of changing the delivery system for our program, because remember everything, we had Excel sheets, we had sheets of paper up on the wall. We were already really in the process of changing over to the Bridge Athletic app. So as soon as the pandemic hit, we gave some people programs the old style, but we jumped right on board to the Bridge and started developing the Bridge app, which is what you use
That's what
now.
I was very confused about when you said
Yes.
bridge. I didn't know what the heck you were talking about.
Right.
But it is, for anybody who doesn't know, an app
Mm-hmm.
which has your exercises on it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, in your particular case, you did you always do semi-private with us? No, you used to do group exercise.
No,
And then you got to the point where you came into a private program or a semi-private
yeah.
program. So your program was written specifically for you. So what's different than us and just picking something out on YouTube and trying to figure out what to do is your program that you're working out at home with right now is written specifically for you. Because we
Right.
worked with you for so long, we know what you can and can't do. We know what your goals are. We know what
Right.
equipment you have. So it's written specifically for you. So that's probably why you've been a little bit more successful than where you were just trying to pick something out on YouTube to do something.
Yeah, and there's so much to choose from. I didn't want to put that much work into it, I guess.
Well, before there was just a ton of exercise information on the internet and all kinds of, and apps are already out there where you could do
Yes.
anything. And now with COVID, it's really even more of a proliferation of information out there, because everybody and their brother who wasn't doing is trying to do it.
Yes.
So there's just a ton of stuff out there to try to choose from. So being familiar with us, I think, gave you a little bit of an advantage.
It did, in that I knew I was going to be, I knew you were going to be looking over my shoulder to make sure I did what I was supposed to do, what I do,
Mm-hmm.
And if I just picked out some other, internet or YouTube exercise, I wouldn't feel that personal connection that they know what I'm doing.
You've done a great job. Talk to us a little about the app, because we do work with a little bit older clientele, and most people have smartphones now and you're familiar with apps, but apps can get a little confusing sometimes, for sure. I know I was a little confused when I started working with it. So tell us what your experience is like with the app.
Well, I came into your studio to find out what this bridge thing was all about.
Uh-huh.
And once I talked to you and Brandon, I was really excited to go home and try it, because Brandon was able to show me, it just shows, okay, you do this exercise first, then this one, and that's really the whole ramp. And then you go into your set of exercises. And it's so simple, because it doesn't say, okay, do a set, of these exercises. It says, do this one, this one, this one, this one. So it's very simple. It tells you exactly one by one what to do. And so once you get the hang of using the app, which if I could do it, many people can do it. So once I got it was just so easy to use. And I liked it because it also showed me each exercise. You are on there showing the exercise. Mm-hmm. And so if I had any question about, what do I do? How does my leg go? Or what is my hand, is my arm supposed to be in this position or that position? I just look at you doing it, and I knew what I was supposed to do. So that works out.
Yeah, I don't even know how, because you've never left us a comment. Like, you can text us through the app. You probably don't even know that.
Or yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten that far, Chris.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. I wasn't sure, actually, but some people, they'll send us weight changes, they'll have questions, and it comes right to us. It comes right to my phone. So then I can just answer that right away when anybody's got an issue, problem, or question with the app. So it's really convenient. We have some people that are using the app that haven't exercised with us before. and haven't exercised with us in probably close to 20 years. And they have also been
Oh,
able to really just kind of pick up the app, because we'll set them up with a Zoom call because they're not in the area. Like one woman's in North Carolina.
really?
Yeah,
And
North
she's
Carolina.
using your Bridge app?
Exactly. So we set up a Zoom call. We get on the call. We make sure that you know how to use the app. I know what kind of equipment you have. We go through our screening. I go through my normal FMS screening, so I know exactly what people can do and not do. They do a health screening. So it's just like they're coming through the door. And once we get on that Zoom call, we figure out, make sure they know how to understand and use the app, and then they're off and running. In 4 or 5 weeks, whatever the time frame is, we change the program for them.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, you know,
So
like
I'm
once
not
a week.
going, what?
Right. I was going to say once a week we reach out to you, make sure everything's going okay.
Yes.
And if
Yeah,
not,
you
if we
do.
have to, we jump on a Zoom call with them to make sure that they're being successful. Because if they're not successful, we're not going to be successful, and no one's
Right.
successful. So we're going to do whatever we can to make sure that they're moving along and getting done what they need to get done. So the app has really helped us, not with just people like yourself that are working out with us before or was working out with us, people who have not worked out with us before are out there being successful using the app.
Really? So how did you get them on board to come on to your program?
It's just they see us on Facebook, or
Okay.
somehow they get on my email list and they get emails about it, and just regular marketing. Yeah. Uh-oh.
Well, I can certainly verify that.
Mhm.
Hey, we're having a little technical difficulty.
Yes, we
Okay,
are.
I can certainly verify that that um, if they're picking you, they're picking the right people
Thank you, Barb. Thank
because
you.
I've stayed with you for 15 years, so that must say something.
That's
And a lot of people have stayed with you for a long time.
I'm pretty sure. I believe it's that connection, that family that we have here, that has allowed me to be able to survive during this pandemic. Certainly, we lost clients for all kinds of reasons. I mean, we always lose clients. People move, people
Right.
just stop coming. We've lost clients because of the pandemic. People are in the healthcare, and people just don't feel comfortable coming to the gym. Um,
Right.
but it's because of that I believe that we've been able to survive, because I drive by other people's facilities and there's no cars. They're closed, or they're very limited schedule. I mean, our group exercise schedule is pretty close to what it was before the pandemic. We really have tried to keep the schedule for everyone, despite the restrictions. And
Right. You
host it yet.
seem to look like you had done a very good job of, you know, this is your spot. This is your little pod where you can work out. Yeah, it seems like you're very organized that way.
I shouldn't say this because I don't know exactly off the top of my head, but I just heard about some really recent research on gyms, and quite honestly, they're safe. They're safer than going to the grocery store. They're safe.
Definitely.
I think.
Yeah, I would say gyms like yours, that you're following all the regulations, you're a safe place. Just like I would say right now, airports are more safer than a grocery store
Probably.
because they have to clean, everything if they want to start getting people back.
Mm-hmm.
Just like doctor's offices, safe place to go, even though people want to stay away, but it's a very safe place to go.
Have you found that? You guys have found that as well, that they stay away a little bit
Yes.
because, yeah.
Oh, yeah. In the beginning, it was all virtual visits, which every doctor I know does not like.
I can imagine.
and some instances you can't get what you need on a Zoom call or whatever virtual visit it was.
I think the
So we're
same
having
holds.
a little technical difficulty. There you go.
Yeah, I think it holds true even with fitness. I mean, we're still doing Zoom classes and we're still doing Facebook classes for people. It's just different than us being there. It's just different. I mean, we can give all the
Yeah.
cues and we can watch all we can watch, but just being there makes a little bit difference. But there's still some people out there that aren't comfortable coming in, so we continue to do that. And it was a real,
Right.
I mean, a real, like you said, you didn't even know what the Bridge app was. It was so confusing in the beginning, right? Because when we first closed, it was going to be like, oh, you're going to be closed for 2 weeks. And next thing you know, it's a month. Next 2 months. Now we know. Now we know this ain't changing for months. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're like this at least
I
in
knew
the
in the
summertime.
beginning it wasn't changing for months, and I even told people that. They thought I was crazy, and I'm like, no, I don't think that wedding that we're supposed to go to, I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean,
But
honestly, it's amazing how quickly that they were able to come up with a vaccine, and it's going to be amazing how quickly we get the
we're
vaccine
so
out.
lucky.
We
Hmm.
really are very
Yeah.
lucky because this thing, like, spread so quickly, so easily.
And right now it has exploded. So right at the time that it really exploded, the vaccine came out. So yeah, I think we're very lucky. Very lucky.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you're working out at home, because I can keep my eye on you.
I know.
And,
And I know that. So that makes me want to work out more.
You and your husband, your husband's a physician, you're a nurse, you know how important it is to exercise. It's more important now than ever, really. People don't realize that.
Well, I can't hear too well. We're having a little.
Yeah, you.
I'm sorry, what?
I said you seem to be coming in and out a little bit for me. It's probably on my end, my internet connection. I was just saying that you and Lanny, both physician and a nurse, you guys know and understand how important it is to exercise, how important it is to go forward. I know your husband is an exercise maniac. He's always worked out.
He is.
So, I mean, it's super important. It's really, really important.
It is. And you see all those studies out now, and I always tell my husband, oh, you're going to live to over 100. It's just, it keeps you younger. It keeps your mind active. It keeps, your body in better shape. And so that if you do have an accident like my husband did, you're going to recover quicker.
Yeah. Yeah.
And as we get older, our body does recover slowly, or, slower than it once did.
It certainly does. It certainly does.
Yeah.
It certainly does. So what would you tell someone that might be on the fence about trying our program online or our remote program? Because it's honestly, someone can come on board, and like any of our other programs, it is 100% guaranteed money back. There's no reason why someone wouldn't want to try it out, because if you don't like it, and you want your money back, I'll give you your money back. I mean, that's how we work here all the time. This is, just another thing. So what would you tell somebody?
Try it. I mean, you don't know till you try it. So if you can understand the app, and I know it sounds complicated because really that name has nothing to do with exercise. So that confused me. Like, what's he talking about? Some bridge thing? I didn't even know it was an app. So, but then when I went in and you showed me, you're doing it on your phone, I'm like, oh, okay. So it's something I could put on my phone. And actually I have an iPad at home. So it's on my iPad now, and I use it. It's once you go on and fiddle around with it, there's no reason, especially if you're getting your money back, that if you're looking to exercise, try it. Right. Try it at home. Maybe you don't want to exercise, maybe you don't want to drive to the studio and exercise there. Maybe you feel more comfortable at home for whatever reason. The reason I don't go is just I'm a longer way from you now. It takes 30 or 35, 40 minutes to get to your place. Mm-hmm. So that's why I was in a quandary about what I was going to do. But once I looked at your app, understood it, I went to Walmart and bought a mat for myself. I still want to get a foam roller, but so I have the mat. I get in my exercise clothes, put on my sneakers, And, you know, I'm doing it on the floor in my bedroom. And I used to at work say, I can't believe, you know, I'm going to exercise today. I'm going to be rolling around on the floor. That's always what I used to say. And now I'm like, can't believe I'm maybe rolling around my bedroom floor. But,
do you play music?
you know, I do. And I put the music on.
Oh, that's important. The music is really important.
It is. It is. So I put music on and I do my exercise. So.
And you feel better because of
I
it?
even stop for a water break if I need it. And, you know, just like before.
Yeah.
I don't have all the equipment, but sometimes it just takes a little imagination of what to use. You know, instead of a TRX, I use my Duo and hold on to the knob.
Yeah.
So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you being a client for so long as you have been. I've always had fun training with you. It's always been a blast.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I never take it lightly that someone puts their health in my hands because, you know, it's important. We're as important as your physician. We see you more than your physician. So I always take that very seriously. It's a serious thing.
Right. And you would help in whatever situation if someone needs help.
Mm-hmm.
Say understanding the app. Okay, then you could do a, you know, little class right there in your studio to show them exactly how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
So
it really is very simple once you start to use it, and it's very
yeah.
informative, and it really is taking all the confusion out of it for people. It's right there. Just do what that little video tells you to do, and you're all set, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're all set. Well, I appreciate you coming on today, Barb, and taking
Now,
some time to
I
talk
was
to
in
us.
your private class.
Pardon me?
Yep. So I was in your you know, singles class, but do you have the app for like people that do the group class?
Group exercise. Okay, so what we do for group exercise right now is we tape all our classes at the beginning of the month. Actually, we tape our class without all the exercise. So all we do is I should say this right. The first thing we do is tape all the classes, just the exercises, because the people like to know just what the exercises are. They don't necessarily need to do the whole class with us. And then we tape the whole class and we put that on Facebook. We also put that on YouTube. So at the beginning of the month, we send out an email that says, okay, here are the YouTube links to the programs. And we put the program sheets for people to follow along.
Oh,
and people like to do that. So now what they do is they follow along and they'll take the sheet and they'll figure out what equipment they need. So when they come in, they can grab their equipment and get into their pod, which saves us a lot of time. Because you may or may not know, we don't touch people's equipment now. Everyone gets their own equipment. They bring it into their pod. They sanitize it. They use it. They sanitize it again. They put it away. And then we spray everything down afterwards. So no one's touching your equipment except for you, and you can sanitize it, and we sanitize it all over again at the end. So it saves us a lot of time when people walk in and say, okay, I need these dumbbells, I need that ball, I need this tubing, whatever it might be. So it saves a lot of time like that. So as far as the bridge, if someone goes on vacation, we have some at-home workouts they can use on the bridge. And I think eventually what we're going to do is we will have some group programs on the bridge for people. So it'll become a membership, basically. It'll become a generic, like $97 a month. Here's our group exercise program on the bridge. Go ahead and do it like that. So
good.
Yeah. You got to keep changing. You got to keep moving. You got to adapt in today's world. That's for sure.
You do. And you have. You certainly have.
Hey, I don't want to have to find a real job. As I tell people all the time, I don't want to have to find a real job, so I'm going to do what I can to stay in business.
Yeah, that's right. You know, and you do have to keep up with the times. I mean, everybody has to. It's an electronic world now.
Yeah.
I learned that when my husband was in the hospital, I had to, go through the rest of the selling of the house. It was all done electronically.
Yeah.
So I was in a bit of a quandary at times, but I had a son that could help me.
It's a good thing that you had been exercising that long, because when your husband got injured and you sold the house, I mean, you had to really step up to the plate and move things, set things up. I mean, yeah, you had movers and your son to help you, but there was still, you probably did a lot more than you had planned on doing because of his injuries.
Right, because he wasn't allowed to lift anything or do anything. But yeah, so
You got through it.
we got through it, and we're all settled, and he's better, so everything worked out.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Tell him I said hello. I haven't seen him.
Okay, well.
Yeah. All righty, everybody. That's what we have for you today. We appreciate Barb coming in and taking some time to tell us her story. It really is an amazing story, what she's gone through with the whole COVID thing and moving and her husband's injuries and stuff like that in all these years. And again, we appreciate you coming on board, and we appreciate your business, Barb. And
I appreciate what you've done so that I can keep in touch with you guys.
Yeah. I think we're ready to send you a new program. You only got a couple of workouts left.
Yep.
What I saw. All righty.
All right.
Okay. So thanks for watching. You can check out more next week at 3:30, Tuesday at 3:30. We will give you some insight on how to get fit, feel younger, and live better. Thanks for watching.